PhD student here at the University of Texas in the Environmental Engineering program. My research, I focus on drinking water treatment, and more specifically, the contaminant of choice that I have is naturally occurring fluoride. Now, many people think of fluoride as a water additive. However, the fluoride levels that I focus on are in the unhealthy region that are above any kind of added fluoride that we have in our water. So I look at levels that are high enough to cause dental fluorosis, which is the mottling of teeth, which almost looks like your teeth are rotting in your mouth, and skeletal fluorosis, where the fluoride actually prevents your bones from forming properly. This line of research pretty much started back when I was just graduating from my undergraduate degree, and I had a chance to go to Ghana, West Africa, for a professor and kind of look into these water issues in this one area in the Bongo district of the Upper Eastern region. While I was there, I didn't really do any research. I was just observing and understanding what the problem was. When I came back from that trip, I really felt that I didn't know what water chemistry was. I didn't have a good handle on drinking water treatment or anything, but that was something that really sparked my interest. My bachelor's was in civil engineering and structural engineering, and I pretty much thought I was going to be a structural engineer, but working with water and working with drinking water really just sparked an interest in me, and I decided to apply to my master's and come to graduate school. When I came to UT, I had the freedom to decide what I wanted to work on, and so I decided to keep working on this idea of water and this idea of fluoride and the fluorosis and fluoride problems that I had seen in Ghana. After I finished my master's, I had the opportunity to go back to Ghana on a Fulbright Fellowship and live there for a year and do a lot of research on the drinking water treatment issues. The main goal of that research was to create, produce, and then distribute water quality maps to all of the community members. Now I've come back and I'm in my third year of my PhD, still working on fluoride, but I've changed it a little bit. I still want to make it relevant to drinking water and issues that are faced by developing communities like I saw in Ghana, but I also want to make it relevant to the United States because fluoride actually is an issue in some more rural communities here in the US. So what I look at is a drinking water treatment called alum coagulation, where I do jar tests and I look at how fluoride impacts this drinking water treatment technique that we use all the time in the United States and is actually pretty common worldwide. And what I'm able to do is look at specific chemical interactions through this research that would help me bring other technologies or bring this kind of work to a developing country and make it practical and implement it there as well. So coming back from Ghana, one thing that became more apparent to me and just became more important was scientific communication. While I was there trying to present maps to people in a community that less than 20% of the population was literate was extremely difficult. And this really impacted how I approached my PhD in general and how I wanted my graduate experience from that point on to be. Since I've come back, I've become really involved with outreach and trying to push myself and push my colleagues even to try and describe their dissertation research, try and describe their master's thesis to a group of sixth graders. Can you do it? Can you have them understand it? I feel like if we can communicate our research to a non-technical audience, then we can bring our research to other communities that maybe aren't even literate or maybe don't even speak the same language as us, but be able to communicate our research to them. And so this really impacted how I think I've approached my research in general, really putting outreach at the forefront and trying to get out into communities and describe my research to them. But also after here, I really want to go back to how I did research in Ghana and look at not only the technical aspects of drinking water treatment, but how does the drinking water treatment and technology impact cultures and communities? How can culture and community impact the treatment that we bring there? And then how can we disseminate all these results that researchers all over the world are doing to communities that need the information the most? So I feel like in that way, it's really impacted who I think I'm going to be as a researcher after I graduate and what I want to do with all the technical skills that I've gained while I was here. I think for me, the most important thing is to be back in the field, to be back working with communities, and to be communicating science to audiences that could really benefit from it.